Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be showing you how I meal plan, what tips I have for you, and just kind of what works for me and what I've been happy with, and just I'll share some tips, some ways I go about things, some things that sometimes work and sometimes don't, so I don't maybe do consistently, but I'm also going to show you or tell you about some apps that I think are helpful as well. So keep watching and meal plan with me for this week, and I hope you enjoy the video. Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I am doing my meal planning video. So I'm going to show you what I usually do when I plan my meals. And this particularly, I'm probably going to use Pinterest for planning. I do want to show you that it is very nice and helpful to have on your device a meal planning folder, and that would include if you have a place that you get your groceries from. So that way you can quickly toggle back and forth when you are planning your meals and making your grocery list. So before I get too far ahead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I'm going to meal plan this week using most likely Pinterest as my recipe getter if I don't do my only go-to meals that I kind of have memorized in my head. So in my Happy Planner, I have this meal plan. It's like an extension pack that came, I think it comes with the Homebody extension pack. So I really am enjoying this. It's got a day for each day of the week. It's got a grocery list, which sometimes I don't necessarily use that as my grocery list, but it also has on the other side more for your grocery list, snacks and quick bites, and recipe meal prep. I don't necessarily use those for those things, but they definitely come in handy with this, at least the space. Okay, so first of all, I want to go over just some quick tips. As I mentioned, have a folder on your device for your meal planning. It makes it really easy and quick to go to instead of having to find the apps that you want, or maybe you forgot that you have something that you could easily get a recipe from. For example, I don't have any Home Chefs on order, but I have had past meals that I like to go back to and try to replicate the recipe for. Another tip that what I started doing more recently is having themed nights. So if you are having a hard time figuring out what you want to eat for dinner that week, you can do themed nights. So for example, it is way easier for me to plan meals if I know that I don't have to do much thinking. And if you work full-time, this is probably very helpful. I work part-time now, but know very fresh in my mind what it is like to be full-time. And for example, this week, I know that I am working Tuesday night, Thursday, not night, I work Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I know that I want to make sure that those nights are super easy for dinner because I don't have extra time during the day to prep anything. And my weekends are so full that I don't have a lot of time to prep during that time either. So making sure that you have theme nights on those nights might be nice. So for example, if you need it to be a quick meal, usually I don't work Tuesdays, so this is a little bit different for me. You might want to have an oven meal ready for that. So let's say or ready for any of these days. Typically we do pizza Thursday or Friday night, and that might mean ordering, but I also make sure that I have homemade pizza stuff ready to go. So right away, I think I'm going to make this pizza night. I'm going to figure out what kind of pizza do I want. Do I want pizza for like the kind that me and my husband like, pizza that the kind that, you might have a big family and they all like different things. So for example, I have chicken already. I think we're going to do chicken barbecue pizzas, but I need to make sure that I have the pizza dough. Okay, so for example, this is my Walmart grocery page, and I am going to search for pizza dough. So knowing that I need pizza dough for that night, I put one in my cart, and it is now part of my cart. If there's anything else that I want, I know my husband and I, or I know I do, I want some mushrooms. So I put that in my cart as well. So if you're not to this point, or you don't have this with you when you're making your list, what I would suggest doing is maybe underneath here, writing down the things that you know you need. For example, I'm going to use barbecue sauce as our base, and I don't need that, so I'm not going to write that down. You could also use this in a different way. You could write down all the ingredients you need, and then only get what you actually need, you know, from your list. You can write down what you have and then what you need there. So there's different ways to do that, but typically I just write down what I usually need. So, and then, like I said, if you don't have the ability to get on your device, what you could do is write down, for example, pizza dough. I know I would need mushrooms. I know I would need. And when I go to put them on my device or in my list, because we use Walmart pickup, then you can check it off. So I actually have those on my list. Okay, so back to themed nights. Another night we usually do that's themed is usually Sunday night. Now, sometimes we change it up, but at least I have the plan, is we do Chinese. And usually it's not usually pick up Chinese. Every now and then we'll do something different, but we kind of make sure that we do oven baked Chinese. So for example, in my Walmart list, I'll type in Chinese food or oven meals, and I like to, you know, see what they have and pick something that maybe we haven't tried yet, or maybe we know we like and we can try again. It's been a while since we tried this, so I'm going to get the orange chicken. Thursday I work, so I either am going to have leftovers, or maybe pick something up. We have a taqueria that's near my work, and it's really easy and simple, and we like it, and it's not, and it's pretty inexpensive. So let's put taqueria. Also, my husband has soccer on Thursday nights, and we never know what time his game is going to be, or we do once we get the schedule, but we don't know right now, and it could be at 6:30. So I just need something easy and quick. Okay, so recently I did find this quick and easy lasagna skillet. I have mozzarella cheese that I know I need to make. So this is something that I always do, is when I know I have something, you can go through and do your freezer, your fridge, and your pantry. I know that's very helpful, and I know it saves a lot of people some money. Sometimes I don't have time to go through it, but typically I do know what I have as well. What I like to do, I like to do pantry challenges. So at the end of the month, when I'm, you know, we're lower on our grocery fund, I'll do a pantry challenge, and I'll go and I'll say, like, I can only make a meal, or all my meals this week are from what I have. But when I'm not doing that, I don't have to go through my pantry necessarily. There might be something I need to check if I have before I order it, but I really just kind of know what I have. So I know I have lasagna noodles. I know I have sauce. I know I have, one thing I was going to tell you guys to write down is write down what you know you have, especially if it's meats. For example, I write my meats down. I know I have chicken. I know I have shrimp. Meatballs. And I know that I'm probably we had shrimp the past couple weeks, so I'm gonna skip on that. It's frozen, it's okay. I'm going to do a lot of chicken, so we can even do this lasagna skillet with chicken. So for example, I have mozzarella cheese that needs to get eaten. So I really don't know if I need much, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the video or the recipe. A lot of times you have to scroll, or luckily this has jumped to recipe. You have to scroll down a whole bunch after the whole, you know, blog post. Okay. And then this is when I actually, so this is saved. So I know that night when I make this that I can find it here, but I need to make sure that I have what, you know, I need. So I have yellow onion, I have the seasonings, I have the sauce, the cheese. I don't have cottage or ricotta cheese, but it does say optional. And then I also like to, let's open it. I also like to see how long it's going to take. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's going to take that long at all. So now I'm going to go ahead and add it. Lasagna skillet. And another tip that you want to do is if you want to tell yourself where you got that meal. So I have like letters that I use. For example, I don't have anything else that starts with a P, so Pinterest is a P for me. When I use Home Chef, it's HC. When I use Food Network, it's FN. So I know what those are. And here's where I would write down anything I need. I don't need anything. Another tip that I would say is you might want to write down some of the main ingredients here so that morning or day you can get those ingredients out and you don't have to pull up the whole recipe again. Okay, so I'll just put, and you can do any type of noodles for this too. That's what I liked about this meal. It doesn't have to be lasagna noodles. So cheese, sauce. I wasn't sure if I was going to do chicken or meatballs, but I'm going to put meatballs. And so on. So, okay, so let's see. Let's go back and search some recipes. So I know that I have chicken that I would really like to put in a crock pot on Monday or Tuesday. So I was thinking of this one, but making it chicken. So I'm going to save this in my meal plan recipes. I'm going to look into it. I save it even if I haven't looked into it, because if I lose it for some reason, you know, that's really annoying and you don't want to have to do that. But, okay. There we go. Okay, so, this is for beef, but I'm going to do chicken, and I'm getting mushrooms for Friday anyway. So it kind of seems like I would be able to use the mushrooms for this as well. If there's anything that I need, let's see. So I think I'm going to put this on the other day that I'm home. What is it called again? Crock pot. Beef tips. Although I'll put chicken and mushroom gravy. Okay, it looks like when I look at the recipe, it looks like I don't think that I have beef stock, so I'm gonna write that down. And it wants 3 cups, so sometimes you do have to pay attention to how much it wants. I think I have everything else. The only thing is to think about, prep is only 30 minutes, but you have to actually make the meat for a while. You want to think about the side that you're going to have it with. I actually have some sweet potatoes, so we're going to do it with sweet potatoes instead of regular potatoes. Okay, so, and I already have it saved, so I can always go back to it. I need to make sure to tell myself this is from Pinterest. I'm going to go to my Walmart grocery app, and I'm going to search for beef stock. Typically it saves the last one that I've gotten. So I got beef stock. Okay, so I have Monday planned, I have Wednesday planned, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. I don't like to plan anything on Saturday. So the day that I'm working on Tuesday, we need a quick plan, or it's literally, you know, leftovers. I don't like to plan leftovers too much because I need lunches typically from some of the meals that I've made. So I think what I'm going to do here, luckily there's nothing going on that night. And I will have put some chicken in the crock pot. I think we're gonna make chicken nachos or tacos. Something really easy. I typically have everything for that. But if you didn't know what to make, you could go through your pantry and see what you could do really quickly or easily. Again, all these things, I mean, sometimes at least one thing during the week changes for me, but what's fine about that is I'll take it and I'll move it on to the next week. So what I do from here is I end up making sure that I wrote down all the ingredients and added them to my Walmart grocery list. I make sure that it will give me some leftovers. And again, if you wanted themed nights, you can, you know, assign them. Just depends on what you feel. My son, I also look at the calendar, and like I said, my son actually has a game this night, so this may end up changing. And if it changes and I don't feel like cooking chicken, or, you know, these aren't hard, but if I don't feel like doing that, I can always make that pizza night. Okay, so we're gonna use both of those. Then I look at my calendar and I put them on the calendar. So for example, I will go, actually it's right here. I will go into that day. So you can take this out. And I will go ahead and write them down in my planner. Okay, so lasagna skillet. And I like to go ahead and put my labels there. So just to kind of recap some of my tips is make sure that you have a folder on your device for your meal planning. It makes it a whole lot easier. And if you have, like I do grocery pickup, so much easier. That's how we keep our list. I don't usually take a paper list. I don't even go to the store and go grocery shopping anymore because pickup has saved me so much with kids. So have your apps together. Maybe do some themed nights. If you get tired of those themes, you can switch them up a little bit. If you really got down to it, you could write down, you know, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4 on your calendar. Let's see, find my calendar. And you can write, you know, themes this week, themes, and then kind of rotate. Again, picking 2 or 3 different styles and rotating. Having your main essential items for that dinner, and maybe having like baskets in your pantry for those items, or just a basket for that night. And then the night before, you can, after you're done cooking and cleaning up the kitchen, you can put the next day's items in a basket for yourself. And then some apps that I like to use are Walmart grocery app, obviously. Pinterest, you saw me use today. I will get recipes from Food Network. Tasty is another app I like to get from. Meal Lime. So let me show you my apps. Meal Lime is another one I really like. Let's see. There's Meal Lime and Home Chef. These other ones are some that I use, but you might have to buy a subscription for. Otherwise, I also suggest putting something in your kitchen, visible for you to see, so you know what your meals are that week. But the more you do it, the less time it takes. This took a long time, I feel like, because I was talking and showing you things, but usually this doesn't take me more than 10, maybe 15 minutes at the most. So let me know if you like these videos, and hit the like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!